right, welcome you guys. Hello.
Hi you guys, welcome back to Cocktails and Convos. I'm your host Essence.
I'm your co-host Renee.
And we're back with episode 2. Yeah, so what's been up with you? I mean, we were expecting to have at least 10 episodes of Cocktails and Convos out so far.
Right.
But COVID came through.
Right. Quarantine, the whole shutdown and everything. So honestly, quarantine has been very good to me. So I have doubled my finances in my side business, Brand Renee.
Yes.
So I'm definitely grateful for that. I took time off of work. I took a full 12 weeks off to kind of just focus on myself. In those 12 weeks, I took off time for self. I dealt with some past trauma, got over it. I'm in the healing process. So overall, I'm just happy for COVID. It's been looking up for me. So yeah, what about you?
Well, girl, first the start of COVID, before COVID even happening, I remember somebody stole my car, and then we had a car wreck the day afterwards, and it's just been so much, and it forced me, because you know me, like stuff happened and I be like, I gotta keep going, but with the wreck and everything, like I had broken ribs, and it's crazy.
Yeah, because you had me scared, girl.
I know, it was so
scary. I was like, oh my gosh, and we couldn't come see you. We couldn't come see, so that was the biggest thing. She was in the hospital, she had the wreck. I didn't know anything about it until I saw it on Facebook. I think your sister posted it. Yeah. So I'm calling you, you're not answering. I'm reaching out to your best friend. Nobody knows anything. Then we couldn't come see you in the hospital, so that was just like a scary, scary thing. But we are glad to have you here.
With quarantine and the car wreck, I'm just grateful that nothing changed. Like you said, like blessings have been coming in abundance. And like COVID didn't stop anything. It actually excelled everything, you know, and it pushed me harder. So
and you got your new home.
Yes,
you can't forget to mention that.
I moved, and I mean, I've just been blessed. Like business is going good. I moved locations in my business too.
You did. Storefront.
Yeah, I got a new storefront.
Yeah.
So I mean, quarantine didn't do nothing but give us time to chill and relax and
much needed
work
time.
on myself.
Episode 2 is pretty much about us covering toxic relationships, going through it, getting through it, and
healing out. A lot of people go through stuff and they feel like they're alone, they don't have anybody to talk to. So I just wanted to bring this to the forefront, because I never imagined she went through what she went through, and a lot of people would never imagine that I went through what I went through. It's something that a lot of women don't feel comfortable talking about.
Because you feel like if I talk about it and I stayed, then how would they look at me?
Right.
You know, so it's a lot. What we're going to talk about today, I actually lied to him about my age. When I met him, I told him I was 16. And if you look at me, my height, of course, you'll believe it, because I've always been very tall for my age. Right. So I met him, he was an older guy. I think, he was out of school already. So he was grown. Like, but he was 18, but he was grown. Yeah. So I lied and told him that I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was a bit older. I think like 17. I started college when I was 17. So yeah, I was like 17, probably going on 18 when I met him. That's their name, him.
Okay, so looking back, do you think that you were too young?
Hell yeah. From the first relationship I was ever in, I was too young. I just really wish that I would have stayed focused, and like I didn't even know myself, you know, like, and I think we got a little bit into that with the episode about us being parents, but I didn't even know who I was, and I really just wish I would have waited till here I am getting into a relationship with somebody, expecting them to love me a certain type of way, but I don't know myself. So I definitely think that I should have waited.
The same here. I was very young, pretty much just trying to act older than I was to impress a guy.
Wanted to grow up so fast.
And the only reason why I did that is because of my upbringing. You know, I had a real tough childhood. So here comes this man, you know, telling me everything that I want to hear, making me feel some type of way that I've never felt before at 14. And I just want to be everything for him, forgetting about me.
Right.
And like you said, I didn't love myself. I couldn't have loved myself to go through what I went through and stay. I always say this now, like now that I'm an adult, I wish I was still a kid. just waking up, just being a kid. That's all he had to
No
do.
bills.
No bills, no responsibility. Now I got a little one that I gotta be responsible for, so it's a lot. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I feel like this experience has made me into the woman that I am today. And I don't accept any of that anymore. So yeah, definitely too young.
When your father was in your life, do you think that there was enough time for him to show you how a man is supposed to treat you before you got into that relationship?
Yes and no. The reason why I say yes is because my dad always talks to me about, guys, and when he seen that I was with him too, that's what we're calling him too. He seen how serious I was getting with him. He actually sat me down and he talked to me like, baby girl, like, I know you gotta grow up. I know how you feeling. I was a young man before, but he was telling me all of these things, but he wasn't showing me. So that's why I say no, because he had his wife. And with his wife, he displayed physical abuse, a lot of verbal abuse to her. And she stayed, So it was kind of like the norm. So like, how can you actually tell me something you're not teaching me that? And that's what I'm going to base off of. So
that's why it's super important for you. Like, you can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it.
Because they watching.
Do it all the time. They catch me in something to be like, well, mama, you told us not to do that, so why are you doing it?
But at least they're aware.
My dad, he was there, but he was not there. He was just in the household. Like, I never had a deep conversation with him about relationships. He never showed me love or affection. So from the jump, from relationship number one, I'm looking for something in a man that I felt that my father should have showed me.
Right.
I met him number one in college, and it was just like he said something in a jokingly way. It wasn't disrespectful. It was actually trying to get my attention, and I laughed about and that was that. But probably like the next weekend, I came home from college every weekend, which was a big no-no. I really wish I would have stayed and focused, but I wanted to come home. And also one reason I was coming home was because my youngest daughter was not old enough to go to college with me, so I would come home every weekend to see her. But along with coming home to see her, I was going out every weekend. So I ran into him again at the club, and we exchanged numbers. Like, looking back on that, like, it should have just been a hey and kept it moving, but it transpired from there. We exchanged information, we started talking, and the relationship kind of grew from there.
When he first took me on my first date, he ended up finding out my real age, but he stayed around. So him and my dad had a conversation. He came to the house, me and my dad, and my dad was looking at him. He had all these tattoos, and I never told my dad how old he was. So he was like, "How old are you?" He told him, 18. He was like, "She was born in '94." He gave me the 30. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But we still went out.
You deserve that look.
Yeah, I definitely did. Because we dated for a while. Because like I said, I was young.
I want to talk about red flags. What was the first red flag that you think you noticed?
The first red flag, honestly, was the day that I met his mom. We went to his mom's house. He introduced me to his mom and his stepdad and his sister. His mom asked him to take her to the store. She didn't drive. She had a real bad car wreck before, so she didn't drive. He immediately spazzed out on his mom, yelling at her, "Man, you know what I gotta do today? You should have told me this early. I ain't finna do all of that." He talks to his mom now.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just standing there, but I'm young, so I'm not knowing. Now that I know, if a man disrespects his mom, he would never respect you. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody about you in the world. So and she was so sweet. She was real soft-spoken, and he just handled her in a manner that no son should handle his mother. That was the first red flag. But I stayed. I looked over it. I really didn't think nothing of it.
That's crazy. My first red flag was one day I was late coming to pick him up from work, and he spazzed out on me. Basically, like, I purposely came to get him late because I was doing something that I didn't have no business.
Right.
And I'm like, you giving me the third degree because I'm 10 minutes late?
Right.
So it was just extreme anger because I made a mistake. Like, it was like he was trying to instill fear in my heart. Because it was never really just physically violent.
Yeah.
It was more verbal and emotional.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I'm pulling up the car like, you have to find another way. He's like, you got me fucked up. I'm not gonna do da. And I'm just like, damn, like, heartbeat fast. Like,
Yeah.
what this man gonna do to me? He's
Right.
huge. So like, I'm just afraid. But after that, I ended up taking him home, and probably probably about 2 or 3 days later, we started back on a good note.
But it was continuous.
It was continuous. It didn't stop. I can remember like the majority of the incidents that happened, it was him being angry for something that I did. Like I started to feel like I couldn't do anything right. But I stayed because this is my friend. And
I always want to see the good in it.
that's exactly what it was. He's not like this, it's all good. But when it's bad, it's bad.
If you already see the red signs from a man, because they're gonna show you, but you're gonna be so in love. And see, I started like over the years because it was continuous. So after he disrespected his mom, he started to put that on me. You know, like I was real young, and this is the only guy I knew. So I loved him. You know, it wasn't nothing that I couldn't do beforehand. If he asked me, I was doing it. But over the years, we ended up living with each other. This is the only person I was around. I couldn't drive or anything like that. He moved me way out to the ski. So all of my family was in Dallas. I didn't drive, so no one came to see me. He monitored my phone a lot. So if I was to call my dad, what you calling your daddy about? What you telling your daddy? You know, like stuff like that. Like I was really scared of this man. Like I was this big, he was huge. He would get into, once he started cheating and stuff like that, he kind of told on himself. Because he'll come home and yell at me and put his hands on me and pretty much belittle me. You don't got shit. You know, don't nobody love you. Yelling, slamming stuff, then he'll grab me.
Like angry to be
there. Just angry to be around me. What did I do? You know, I didn't do anything to him but love him. And he would do me like that. And then, you know, it got to the point where he was really just starting to beat my ass. You know, we would fight hard. Like, literally fighting to the point where we were rolling down the stairs fighting. We had a town on Mesquite.
And you were small.
I was real small.
I
had no weight. I had no weight because I was so stressed.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't eat because he wouldn't come home till like 6 in the morning sometimes. So our first physical altercation, he didn't come home. It was a Saturday. I'll never forget this. He didn't come home until about 6 in the morning. I had been sick like all night, worried about him. I had been calling his phone. I called his phone around 2 in the morning. A girl picked up. And she said, wait, he's asleep. And he hung up in my face.
Oh wow.
So I'm calling back. I'm texting. Where are you? Like, you need to get home. I'm texting, I'm crying. I can't tell nobody because they already know he's staying to it. And at this point, my dad didn't stop bringing my rescue. It was like, you know, my dad was like, as much as it hurt me, I need you to learn the hard way because I can't keep coming running over there if you keep on going back. So he gets home at 6 in the morning. He come in with an attitude. I'm like, you're not gonna say nothing to me. You've been gone. Like, I've been worried. Then I called your phone at 2 in the morning. A female answered, then hung up in my face. Like, what you got going on? I'm already knowing he cheating. I don't want to accept it, but I'm knowing it. He always put it in my face. So, girl, we into it. He goes in there to take a shower. I'm just yelling. I'm going off. He got little dogs and shit. I'm running over the dogs. Girl, he gets out the shower and he's like, Daddy, I'm not gonna talk to you about this. I'm like, what you mean? Like, you keep hurting me? Like, what, do you not want me? Like, what is it? He goes to lay down. I try to leave. I pick up my dad. I haven't called nobody. Be my fault. I don't know how to drive. I'm in Mesquite. It's no buses. But I was willing to walk this day. Like, I was just willing to walk and get to where I needed to be. I pack up my stuff. He let me pack up my stuff as soon as I hit the door. He slammed the door. I opened up the door. He slammed the door. Grabbed me by my neck. Threw me down on the ground. I'm screaming, how to get your hands off of me. He instantly just punched me, like in my arms and stuff. Not in my face or anything, but like in my arms and stuff. You know, I'm screaming, I'm like, please just stop. Like, he just looked so scary to me. Like, he looked like another person. So I get up, I escape from him somehow. I get up, I run out the door. Go down the stairs. As soon as I reach the stairs, he comes from behind me, body slamming on top of somebody's car. So you're not fucking leaving me. You're not going nowhere.
So he didn't want to be with you.
He didn't want to be with me because you mistreated me so much, but he didn't want nobody else to have me.
That's crazy.
So it was that toxic. Like, you're not going nowhere. At this point, like, we so loud. You know, my neighbors that came outside. It's 6 in the morning. Everybody's coming outside. Somebody called the police. And I'm just screaming for help. Like, I don't have nobody. No family here. I need help. His grandmother and his aunt stay right across the street from us. the same apartments. They come over there, they just watching him. They just watching him. What did you do? His auntie is like, what did you do to make him mad?
Oh.
I'm in complete like emotional just disbelief.
They blame it on you.
And they blame it on me.
Wow.
The police come, his grandmother vouches for him. But I think she put her hands on him first. That's why he did what he did. So I'm asking myself, can you just please take me to my dad's house? You know, like, I need to get away from him. And, I don't want to get emotional, but he was like, so I'm getting in the car or whatever, in the police car, because they're going to take me to my dad's house. And he's going to say, you'll be back. You'll be back. I'll be over there. I'll be over there today. You'll be back. He was right. He told me, he texted and called me that entire day. I was ignoring him. My dad looked at me like I'm stupid because he's like, he know I'm gonna go back. And he called me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just see what he had to say. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You know, I was just upset. I'm not gonna hurt you no more. I love you.
That happens a lot to a lot of women, and 9 times out of 10 when you see this stuff, that's just them, and it's gonna happen again. It's just we get so wrapped up in our feelings that we don't want to let go. I feel like if we were in love with ourselves more and we knew that we deserved better, then that'll be it. Like, because you don't treat somebody like that you love.
Yeah.
And no matter what you go through, it's like couples argue. Couples are gonna argue, but you put your hands on me, disrespecting me, staying out all times of the night, cheating on me, no. And that's actually one reason why I stayed with him, number one, because I never had any issues with any females. The ones that stood out to me were, we were arguing one time, and I was just telling him I didn't want to do it no more, and he pulled out a gun, and a loaded gun, and put the gun to my head, and basically told me, you're not going nowhere. And at this point, we had been through so much, I didn't even give a fuck, like, kill me. Like, even with my daughters in the next room, because I really wanted to get out of that situation. Like, I'm tired of being hurt, I'm tired of arguing with you.
Numb at this point.
I was numb as hell. And even then, like, there wasn't a wake-up call.
Right.
This is when I realized, like, this is getting ridiculous. It was one time I had went out with his sister at the, I think it's called the living room, below the W. We went there. We went to a hookah bar. We ended up going to a little after-hour spot, and his brother was there with his friends, whatever. And so I think my phone ended up going dead, but I'm with your brothers and the sister-in-law, whatever. His little sister wrote back with her friend, and I wrote back with the sister-in-law and his brother. So they dropped me off at home, and when we pulled up, he walking up and down the street like frustrated, angry, like. And I'm like, what's going on, you know? Like, cause I'm like, you would think that if I'm around these people that you know, you would know that I'm not doing nothing, I don't have no business.
Right.
So he angry, why you not see one fucking phone, just going off on me. And I'm like, I was with him. Right. You all in the club with my brother and my homeboys and shit. I'm like, what's the problem? I never really went anywhere because at this point, he's so controlling and it's always I'm doing this or you cheating on me or, and I never, like, I really cared about him. And, you know, even when I'm in a relationship, when I love hard. And I'm not going to cheat on you. If I don't want to be with you, I just won't be with you. Yeah. And I wasn't cheating on him. It's just that he knew that I deserved better. Right. So he constantly accused me of cheating on him. Yeah. And that's what led him to trying to belittle me and point out my flaws, you know, like just making me feel like shit so I won't think I'm worthy of better, basically. So like, he would say stuff that people that you love, like you would never say anything like that to you know what I'm saying? For them to make them feel like they less of themselves. No, it didn't come out. Yeah, at this point it's just like, you know, when you think about it, you try to go there, but I'm past the point to where it hurts so bad. Stuff that he used to say about me still plays in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how deep it goes when somebody emotionally abuses you. I really was just like, I'm not gonna argue with you about this shit. Like, I wasn't doing nothing. Ask your brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he picked me up by my neck and threw me across the fucking room. And was going off on me, and I'm like, wow. Like, at that point, I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't do this shit. Like, I can't. And luckily, my daughters weren't there. No, and my room was right next to my daughter's room, and it like the walls were thin. So every time we argued, they heard it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my daughter's got like no, like at that point though, I was like, I'm done with this. Like, I don't want to do it no more. So I kind of slowly started to detach myself.
Yeah. The worst incident was I was working in the hospital at the time. Again, I didn't know how to drive. So this particular night, I got up at like midnight, and he was waiting on me. Well, normally when I get off, I have to make sure everything is on my checklist checked off. You know how you have to closing basically. So I didn't get to the car probably like 20 minutes after I was supposed to get out. So he's already like that too. I gotta wait on your ass. So I'm just quiet because I know how he gets. I don't want to start anything. I'm tired. My feet hurt. I just want to go to bed. We get on the freeway. We stayed in the seat, so the hospital was going the other way. You know how you get on 80? We stayed off of 80, going towards place 35. Yeah. We was on 80 though. Okay. He didn't come. So you just gonna ignore me? You just gonna ignore me, Daddy? You don't hear me talking to you? I said, I hear you. I'm just tired. I'm sorry I upset you. I'm apologizing to him for being 20 minutes. Knowing he know that I got close because we both work at the hospital. He was just off this day. Right. So when I say that, get the fuck out of my car. On the freeway. His car is behind us. He was going probably like 60 maybe. Because around that time, I think 60 was the speed limit. Yeah. So he going 60. Get the fuck out of my car. I'm like, no, I'm not getting out the car. He reaches over, he driving. Reaches over, opens my door. Get the fuck out of my car.
While the car was moving?
While the car is moving. I'm scared. I'm like, okay. I'm like, please, can you just stop? Like, we almost home. Just please, just stop. I'm just begging him. Like, please stop. No, get the fuck out of my car. He muffed me. Get the fuck out of my car. I was like, okay, just slow the car down. He pulled the car over. I get out, and he left me. So I'm walking on y'all, it's midnight. I'm walking. I'm young, y'all. It's fucking midnight. I'm walking. All type of people are outside at this time. I'm on the freeway, so I'm scared that a car may hit me. I finally get on the surface road. It's this man, he's drugged out, coming up on me. I'm like, I don't have anything on me, coming up on me, trying to talk to me and stuff like that. I'm fucking terrified. I just began praying in my head, please, I just need to get home. Nothing, I just don't want anything happens to me. I called his grandmother, because remember, she stayed in the same apartment. I called his grandmother. I was like, could you please come get me? He put me out the car. It's late. I have gas money. I just want to get home and lay down. I don't want to get in between with you and nobody going on. No, I'm not coming to get you. I called his aunt and she stayed across the street from us too. I tell her the same thing. We got into it. Could you please come get me? I'm in the bed and my kids in the bed. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I finally get to the house and I had walked for 45 minutes maybe. It was long as some. I get to the house. I finally get there. The first thing he said to me, what nigga brought you home? What do you mean? They said, what nigga brought you home? I was like, what are you talking about? I can't trust you, hoe. I know something brought you home. You got here too quick.
40 minutes?
40 minutes. You got here too quick. That was ugh for me. The most embarrassing thing that he ever did to me, he gave me SP. We both work at the hospital. So I'm sick at work. I'm throwing up some green shit. And I'm just not feeling, like myself. So I go to emergency. I had a friend, she was a nurse, they worked there. I was like, can you just come and check me out? I'm just not myself. I keep throwing up this green stuff. And she checked me for STDs, blah, blah, blah. I want to say a week past, she had my results. She pulled me into one of these little closet things. She was like, I tested you for chlamydia and it came back positive. And she was like, who have you been with? I had only been with him. This is my first, only man I ever knew. Wow. And he was so careless for me that he gave me an STD. So that's embarrassing for one, because at this time we both work at the hospital. So she's cool, but I don't know who she's gonna tell. Everybody know me and him together. We probably was together maybe 2 years after this incident. I ended up moving because I ended up leaving him the first time I left him, but we were still in contact. Because he was showing up at the job. By this time he had got fired, but he kept showing up to the job and pretty much asked the security to let him through, because we worked in a hospital, so you can't get through certain doors unless you got a badge. So he cool with the security, so they let him through. He come find him whatever floor.
Well, he didn't work, right?
He didn't work there no more.
But they let him in.
They let him in because we both used to work there.
That's a safety hazard.
Exactly. But that's the type of pool he had. But they not knowing like what we going through. They don't know that he's with my ass. They don't know what I'm dealing with. You know, because I'm always wearing a smile at work. You know, have to put on a front.
Like women have to do.
Like women have to fucking do.
That's why you always have to be nice to women, because people
You
in
never
general,
know.
because you never know what they have to go through at home.
But he let me know that I have zero respect for her. We just living together.
Oh wow.
And he would tell me shit like, shit, I'm gonna go to the movies. Don't get the call me. And you know, it got to that point. He would call those girls in front of me, and he got her on speakerphone, girl. This time much he didn't give a fuck about me. He got her on speakerphone. So I'm listening, I'm hearing him, and then I instantly just started going out. She on the other hand, girl, just shut the fuck up. Like, she knows about me. It's just so embarrassing. But at this time, y'all, we didn't have social media. Well, I didn't. I didn't have Facebook and all of that. So he could have been around with this girl and posting and all that, and I wouldn't have known. Because I wasn't on social media. That's how much he controlled me. Like,
I think that's the worst part about
Yeah.
cheating is when females get disrespectful and they're laughing at you and you don't even know what the hell is going on. I think that my breaking point was I had already emotionally started to detach myself. I just didn't know how I was going to get out.
yeah.
But he had 2 deaths in the family, like back to back.
Yeah.
And he was numb. So it was to the point to where we were sleeping in different rooms, like we weren't really talking and communicating. And I just finally mustered up the strength to tell him that I didn't want to be with him anymore. I mean, I was over it. I just wanted it to end on good terms. I really didn't know what to expect. And he finally left. I think he thought that it was a game.
Right.
So he left and he took my car keys.
But at this time, like you said, I got numb. I was so numb to the fact where it's like, just do you. You know? Just do you. You know, I was stressed out. I had nobody on my side to turn to. I had one friend, her name was Janae. We got real close. She actually helped me jump him one time. But we don't get into that. But I met her at the hospital, we worked together. And he was so jealous of my relationship with her because he seen she brought the good out of me. You know, I started to feel a little happy when I was around her, and I was smiling more, and I never went anywhere with her just because I know how he is. But
That's the only friend
that's the only friend that I had. I felt like, you know how Meg feel right now? That Tori and Shana, everybody thinks she lying. That's how I felt. You know, to the world, he was this guy, like handsome, charismatic. Everybody loved to be around him. You know, so he couldn't possibly be doing it to you. You gotta be lying about that. And it's not like I was going to people just telling them, but the people that were close in, like, y'all know what's going on. But they love him so much. It's like, fuck me, he ain't doing that to you. You gotta be doing something to him for him to put his hands on you. You gotta be doing something to him for him to say something to you.
Manipulative, obnoxious, fucking narcissistic, like all of the above.
Yes.
And it bothers me because what if you makes you feel like it's okay to do a woman like that? But looking back on those type of situations, like you said, like how they treat their parents. You know, what was their way? Like, did they have a man to show them how to treat a woman?
No.
But if they grew up around the same thing, then the cycle just continued.
But his dad was in jail his whole life. You know, when he was a kid, you know, his dad was beating on his mom. His mom real soft spoken and sweet. But that's what he grew up off of. He grew up like, I'm a man, you shut the fuck up. You do what I say. You ain't going nowhere. That was his mentality to me. I felt like I was in prison, and I've never been in prison. But I can just imagine that feeling of being caged in, and you really don't have nowhere to go. You really don't have nobody to turn to. All you got is just your thoughts, your mind. At one point when I was with him, I thought about suicide. I literally, the way my closet was in my room, it was a bar in my closet. I used to put the fucking belt on the bar and put because like that's how much I didn't want to be here. I feel like nobody love me. You know, nobody care about me. They let this nigga whoop on me. Ain't nobody coming to my rescue. My daddy not coming. You know, like I did some bizarre shit, like burn up his clothes in the front, and I'm still here. You know, and it's like I'm suffocating in broad daylight and don't nobody see me fucking dying, and that's how bad I feel. So I wanted to kill myself.
What are you gonna do?
Right.
How do you feel? Like really, you smile, like, and that's what I'm known for. Like I keep a smile on my face. I'm always happy, but I was not fucking happy.
It was always a light for people, but you needed like.
I needed like nobody was there for me.
You know, we go through these things and we don't ever really just deal with the trauma that we go through. We kind of just mask it with alcohol and partying and getting out and trying to be around people that bring us joy, but we